over with this album. I just listened to it last night and I really liked it. It was very relaxing, especially after such a hectic day. So it's just nice to just have some like folky type music and just, relax to it. And so yeah, I just wanted to say kudos to you for making this album.
Thank you for listening. And that's a wonderful, really wonderful thing to hear upon someone listening. And maybe that hasn't heard my music, especially before, too. I love when humans can relax.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's always good. And the first question I ask anyone that I ever interview is, how's everything going? Not just musically, but also in your personal world as well, because that's important too.
Ooh, what a question. A very kind question as well. I'm loving the musical world right now. It's really nice to take some very intentional steps back into it after a very long break. And in my personal world, a lot of mental health work, and it's really hard and it's also really, really gorgeous. And I'm really fortunate to have the time to be doing this now. I've needed it for a long while.
Well, that's
So,
awesome.
yeah, how about your world?
I just got my dogs walked. I got my clothes in the laundry, so I'm doing great.
Yeah. What are your dogs' names?
I have two. I have Coco. She's a Kelpie mix, and I have Cosmo. He's like a Min Pin Chihuahua mix.
Oh,
Very
nice.
spoiled.
Coco and Cosmo?
Yeah,
Those are cute names. I like those a lot.
thank you.
Yeah.
So I don't normally discuss album covers because I feel like everyone does that already, but I feel like this one is definitely worth it. And there's such a great story behind it. So I did want to talk about the album art, which is behind me, by the way, for anyone who
I
doesn't
know.
know.
I know. It's throwing me in a wonderful direction. I keep getting distracted by it because I'm like, oh wow. And that it was my or that's a portrait of my beloved guy who passed away last year after his 14th birthday, Wesson. And I would not be here without him. I would not have made it through the things that I've been through without that dog.
I feel
So,
that in my soul.
yeah, me too.
So
So
it's
that's so
wonderful.
special. And my friend Bobby Detrani of the Detrani brothers, he is the artist. And he just did such a great job. I knew I wanted Wesson on the cover of this album. And I had a picture in mind for years. And this is so much better than I ever even could have imagined. And
That's
then,
awesome.
sorry, and then the busted boots. I Flintstoned across this country for a lot of years. You might be able to even see a pair hanging behind me right there.
Yes.
Yeah, so I saved some of them just because I like the story they tell.
Well, that's awesome. I think for anyone who doesn't like understand that bond between like a dog and a human, it's like nothing I've ever experienced. It's just like they're just so amazing and everyone should have a dog.
Everyone. They are just the most loyal, loving creatures.
And I know you said like from what I read, like you kind of like you wanted him on the cover and it was like a really big loss to you as well. Did this album kind of help you like get over that loss or to feel a little bit, I guess, a little bit of closure?
Hmm, that's a very thoughtful question. I think so. The all these songs were recorded 5 years ago and written about a decade ago. So he was with me through both processes.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, that works. And I think finally releasing it feels so cathartic because losing him last year, that type of grief is different than any grief I've experienced in life. And so working towards something and getting back into my career in music just feels completely different because of losing him and the type of purity of that grief.
Hmm.
I feel a lot more hopeful towards actually just be sharing my process in life and hoping it can help others.
Well, one thing I did notice when I was listening to the album is it's really so real, and I love that the lyrics are so crisp because you can hear what the song's about versus having to search for lyrics, which is fine too. But there's real lyrics such as I pushed myself to see how far you go. I feel like everyone can really like everyone has that person that they try to do that with. And forgive me one more time, maybe two more times. Are these from experiences or did you want the album to have like a more, I guess, real life feel to it?
Everything's from experience.
Oh wow.
I don't know how else I would create other than just absorbing and then just also letting it out. Because, yeah, I've pushed a lot of people
Yeah.
pretty far in life, and that's a sobering and kind of somber experience.
Yeah, and I think life is also a journey, so you learn from your mistakes. Like, okay, maybe next time, do something different, which I really love that about the album. It just had like a very, like real world feel to it. I'm like, I can relate to pretty much every single song.
Oh, that's really heartwarming.
So I'm interested, like, what is your like creative process? Like, how did it all start? I know you said like it was recorded a decade ago, and then, 5 years, and then finally being released. Like, tell me all about that.
Um, the creative process, I've just kind of, I guess I've been making up stories since I could talk. And so
Mhm.
I've just kind of always, that's how I think I make sense of the world, is I just absorb it and kind of question and ponder. And I feel very sensitively towards most things in life. And so creating just helps me kind of come to a place of acceptance and
Mhm.
in the duality of everything, that like it's so beautiful and it's so tragic and life is so hard and then it's so easy and yeah,
Yeah, like a roller coaster.
it sure is. Yeah.
So, what comes first for you? Like when you're creating a song, do you have like a melody in your head? Is it like lyrics? Is it like based off of an event that happens? Or how does that process kind of work for you?
It's, I mean, there's patterns for sure, but there's no kind of like exact formula for me. And I don't think I've ever met a songwriter that does. It's kind of a collection of whatever catches kind of the hook that catches like some sort of inspiration. So sometimes it's a melody that just kind of like tw- twirling around in my head like a little carnival ride that I can't get out, and I hum it everywhere I go. And then I'll go to my guitar and figure it out and kind of come up with that part. And other times it all comes flooding out at once, and it's like, well, that was a 5 minute song that took 5 minutes to write,
Yeah,
and those feel the best.
for
And
sure.
then, yeah, then some I work on for years. They just aren't quite right, and they stay in the back of my mind, and I tweak them here and there, and eventually it's like, oh, there it is.
Well, that's awesome. I like how you described it as like a little carnival ride. So, like, yeah, I feel like that sometimes in my head, but it's usually about, hey, you have rent. Hey, this bill
Yeah,
is due.
yeah, I've got that carnival going too, and sometimes it's too loud to hear like the good carnival.
Yeah, I hear you. And for this album, I know you said like these were written like 10 years ago, recorded a little bit later, and then this LP actually hasn't even came out. Why did it take so long, or what did you do in the meantime? Did you just like put it in a locker and kind of forget about it and be like, okay, I'm releasing it now, or?
Whew, you ask really great questions. I noticed that when Dave sent over links to your YouTube and to your social, I was like, oh, immediately, oh, yes, I would love to talk to her. She asks great questions. So thank you. Um, so the songs I the songs are from a really rough period in life. My husband passed away 13 years ago,
Oh no.
and yeah, and he took his own life. And so, especially like the 3, 5 years after, I was I was in a really rough state,
Yeah.
and yeah, and wrote a lot of great music. But as far as recording, 5, 6 years later, after I'd written them, I felt pretty detached from them at the time. And
Hmm.
I did go into the studio and dug deep and got back in touch with those kind of feelings and
Yeah.
recorded it. But then once I was done, I kind of just felt like I wasn't ready to release it, that I wanted to do it the right way. Not that there is a right way, but I wanted to approach releasing it when I felt a little bit stronger within myself.
Yeah, like your right time in your right way, not like the musical standard right way.
Yeah, especially since the songs are kind of raw, and I know how people are, and sometimes I just thought about that even where I was like, well, I don't know if I want people asking me questions about these songs yet.
Well, like I said, I loved it because it's so real. And I feel like sometimes you need that in life, like, okay, I'm not the only one.
Yeah, I feel like that type of connection helps me and helps so many other people more than almost anything. Just that gentle reminder that we're not alone.
Yeah, and for anyone else well, obviously not many people have listened to this, what will they hear when they listen to the album? What do you think, like, what kind of journey will they go on?
Whew, I don't know. I think I think it will kind of resonate with people, especially maybe people that are kind of lonesome and tend to have a hard time in this world. I think, as far as what I've noticed throughout the years on social media, my music resonates with people that are kind of looking for that connection.
Hmm.
So I think they'll find, oh, I hope they'll find that. And I hope a little bit of it makes them laugh because, especially at the No Known Stranger, I think that's a funny song because, you know, we do push each other. We push people away and push people to their limits. And it's
Very.
so beautiful. So beautiful that we are forgiven and that we get to forgive people too.
Exactly. Like I said, I love that, especially when, the lyrics like, oh, just, one more time, maybe two more times. I'm like, yep, that's me.
Yeah, I'm glad
And
that one resonated with you.
and how would you say like your songwriting style has changed over the years?
Hmm. Wow. Think it's so it started out kind of as musical poetry where I didn't really know what I was doing, but I knew I had a lot of feelings and wanted to express them. And after learning enough covers, kind of understanding the structure of songs,
Hmm.
I think it's just I think I've absorbed so many incredible songwriters and musicians in my life, just their music. And I think that's helped me become better at the craft
Hmm.
and more succinct in lyrics and musical delivery, I suppose, or I hope again. But yeah, I think it's something that I think most people do get better the longer they do anything.
Hopefully, that's the goal anyway.
Yeah. But don't hold me to that with my next album. Who knows?
Have you started writing a next album yet, or just like no, just kind of waiting a little bit?
Oh, it's ready. It's ready to be recorded. I'm excited about it.
Oh wow, so you're like right on it.
Well, I kind of disappeared for like 10 years and then 5 years and so
Yeah.
yeah.
But that's okay. Sometimes you need that break. So
Yes.
the world is crazy as it is. So
Yes, and it just keeps turning.
very true. So for someone who's listening to this album, if you had to choose a song for someone to listen to first, which song would it be and why?
Hmm. I think probably it ain't right because I think people can probably more easily relate to that one, and it might speak to a larger or not a larger audience, but a variety, a bigger variety of people and
Hmm.
their life experiences.
Yeah, I think that's a great song. I like that one.
Thank you.
And was this album like kind of meant to be listened to from like start to finish, or is this like an album where people can kind of just pick and choose or randomize it, shuffle it?
It's definitely meant, I think it's best listened from start to finish, as most albums, but that's how I listen to albums too. I get really excited and I'll wait for like a car ride or something or to make sure I have the time to listen to it, side A and side B. But yeah, I think people will have their favorites and listen to standalone songs more than the other ones, the little underdogs.
Yeah. And when people listen to the album, what do you hope that listeners take away from the album?
That it's okay to just be perfectly human, where we all make mistakes and we're trying. And I hope people really learn to be gentle with themselves and with others.
We definitely need more of that in the world.
Yeah.
So I know you said you disappeared for a little while. Sounds like you're back, after a long break, which I think is awesome because mental health is so important.
Yeah.
But I have to ask, is there anything that you'd like to say to like old fans, anyone who's kind of like waited for you, new fans, anyone interested in listening to this album or any shout outs, anything you want to say?
Yeah, I would really like to thank the people that have been fans for a long time and thank them. I've gotten such kind messages throughout the years about videos up on YouTube or songs that have helped people through dark times and just really kind, encouraging messages that they're excited for whenever I do release music. And I want to thank
Mhm.
everybody that's done that. That's been one of the most encouraging things throughout these years. And anyone new, welcome. Welcome, and I hope you enjoy it.
So, one really, really quick last question. If someone is going through a hard time, is there a song on this album that you would recommend they listen to that might make them feel a little bit better?
Hmm. Again, I think it ain't right. That one, I think just that's one of my favorites I've written. And yeah, I think it's just a nice, gentle reminder that it isn't right. There's a lot of stuff that's not right in life, and it's okay to be sad about.
Well, that's the second time you mentioned it, so everyone
Yeah,
should definitely make sure to check out that song. It was really good.
thank you.
And for anyone watching the interview, the album is called Two Busted Boots and a Broken Heart, which I love that album name, by the way. I thought it was really cute. The album cover is behind me, and as you can see, there's the cutest little baby on it. And it doesn't release until the 12th of June, so you do have a little bit to wait until you can listen to it. It is a LP, and I'll leave everything below so you guys can just click on it and go right to it. And I don't know if there's any other services they can like follow you on, what that you would prefer, or where they can listen to it. So if you want to give them that information.
Oh, wonderful. Yes, I am on Instagram at Shannon Jae Ridout, and you can actually pre-order the vinyl right now through the link in my bio or Anti-Corp Records. And we're doing a raffle. So whoever pre-orders, there will be three winners, and they'll get a test pressing of the album, which is really cool. Dan Emery did some artwork for it, or like took the album cover and made it a little different. So there's only going to be three of those out in the world ever. So that's kind of exciting. And I will have it up on Bandcamp, but it will for purchase digitally, and everything else it'll be on streaming platforms.